Welcome, mentor teachers. I wanted to do a quick video for you so that you can refer to it as you complete the activities for our online Foundations of Technology course for next summer, which we are very happy that MSDE has decided to update its LMS to Canvas. It is a phenomenal platform for us to disseminate the curriculum in a positive, engaging, challenging, and I think very satisfactory way. When you log on for the first time, you're going to notice that I have created the general overview for the first unit. And I did this as a guide. I think that it's real important for the students that we have a uniformed look overall so that they are familiar. It reduces a lot of the anxiety, and it will enable the students to efficiently locate information as they navigate the course, whether they're in an asynchronous environment or if you happen to be doing a synchronous tutoring session, for example. If you look at it, at the top, you're going to find our training only courses, and I will populate this throughout the year as I update the course with new information and for units 2 through 4. But it's just a quick overview about the planning guide, the overall objectives. Obviously, you want to be able to navigate between the administrator and the student view. So up here in the top, where you're viewing all of the modules, you can switch right to student view and go back and forth. And it's real important that as a designer, you frequently go back and look at the student view so that you can see what the students are going to see in their asynchronous sessions. And if there's something that you think is unclear or not precisely identifying exactly what the students need to do, we probably should discuss that because it needs to be very user-friendly for our students. Especially since this is a 6-week accelerated course. So as the teacher and facilitator, we want to make sure that the students can efficiently locate the information, internalize it, and then obviously have their multiple means of content demonstration. Down at the bottom, let's leave student view and go back to the administrator view. And then I wanted to show you just a real quick overview here too. So we have the entire Unit 1 overview, and this will go over the entire unit itself, all 4 lessons. And then this year, I wanted to add something different. So not only in the bio discussion, which we've done before, I have mine in there, but I really want the kids to do a Flipgrid. I think it's important in my course studies, when I can see the individual's face, it just makes a better connection. It builds that rapport between the students and the class, creates a community atmosphere for us. So we'll have that. Then we get into each individual lesson. So we have always the lesson overview to let the kids, these are the big ideas. What are we going to do? What's important? What is imperative to know about this lesson? I've also tried to implement some UDL platforms, some community of inquiry framework platforms, one of which is to make sure that we have multiple ways for the students to engage with the material. So not only can they read it here, but I also have a video down here, or this actually is just a voice sound recording. And it's just different ways for students to help maybe reinforce or go back on unclear things. We'll have the learning objectives page. These are rather intense, but these are our lesson essential questions just to let the students know, why is this authentic? Why is it important? And hopefully not only to engage, but motivate them to want to learn. I also have the standards in here for each of the courses, each of the lessons for our Foundations of Technology, and I will be updating these as we update the actual lessons this year. Finally, not finally, but right before we get to the end, we're going to always have our interactive engagement portion. So I do have the HyperDocs that will be going in. This one, for example, is just the basic one with the Padlets, the introductory section, the rubric. We need to make sure that the students are looking and understanding the correct knowledge, the correct content, and that it's all in line with the interface. And finally, at the end, then I think it's real imperative. I know I'm a highly reflective individual, and we need to make sure that the students are reflecting on what they've just completed. How has it impacted them? How has it changed their understanding of our technology, in this case, the history of technology? And that's really how each lesson is probably going to be set up. Obviously, we want to make sure that when we're looking at student to student or student to content, teacher to content, all those things need to be in alignment for each one of our lessons. Also, I think it's also important that when you're looking at these HyperDocs, that you use these as ways to engage the students and give them some autonomy of choice here. I think choice boards are very important for us this year, and we will be implementing those as we go through, but we need to do it in an appropriate way for the student. We don't want to give them too much information. If we inundate them with too much, then chances are they're going to become disengaged, especially when we're not as present as we are in the classroom. So we want to set up those tutoring sessions, those one-on-one individual call-ins with students, certainly provide feedback with everything that the student does, and also the examples. Make sure that we're providing them with exemplars that demonstrate to the student not how we want to complete something, not what we want it to look like, but these are the elements of a good project or a good presentation. And all the HyperDocs are already pre-linked for you too. It's already completed and already done. So that's lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, and lesson 4. And these, as we go through the course, we'll continually look to update that information. All right, folks, that's it for us for this session here. Prior to the next meeting, I'm looking forward to seeing the feedback. I would like for you to go through those and ensure that your individual Canvas courses are loaded with the information.